Hello, welcome to people who are new and welcome back to people who have been here before. We have a lot to unpack today. Let's get into what you came here for. Solidify your identity. Very quick disclaimer before we get into all the details of this video. I just wanted to say that this is based on my own personal experience, all this advice that I'm going to give. And the reality is you can take whatever it is that you wish from this video, but there's no one size fits all. Every situation is different. I'm very well aware of that. And you need to find what is right for you and what works best for you given whatever situation you're in. So first thing is first, solidify your identity. Now, what do I mean by that? Because that's kind of like a broad sentence. Excuse my dog in the background. But what I mean by that is everyone kind of realizes who they are at different times. I've known people that didn't accept themselves until they were like well into their 20s. I knew somebody in their 40s. I knew when I was really young. I knew when I was about 12, 13 years old. But when I say solidify your identity, I mean make sure that you know who you are. Make sure that you know like where you're going and what you want. That can be difficult as you're younger and you're growing up, you're trying to figure everything out, everything's so confusing. But the main thing is if you're in a situation where you have like family or friends, or you live in a town where maybe people wouldn't support who you are, make sure you're sure of yourself before anything, because the more sure you are of yourself and who you are, the harder it's going to be for somebody to shake that foundation and shake like your core being. Craft your support system. Something that was really, really helpful for me when I was moving towards coming out to my family, especially knowing that they're not supportive, was having people by my side that I trusted who knew who I was. And that can be hard, especially depending on like the area you're in or what you're going through, maybe the people you know. But the best thing that you can do for yourself after solidifying who you are is finding people who also vibe with that, and finding people that are willing to support you and lift you up no matter what happens. Whether it's coming out to your family, anything like that. These people are people that you will never take for granted. They'll always be there for you. They're few and far between, but it's really quality over quantity at the end of the day. Sip of coffee. You guys love our coffee. Self-sufficiency. Now, what do I mean by that? Self-sufficiency. What I mean by that is being able to support yourself. Everything obviously has to be on your timeline, whatever you feel is best, but if you're in a situation where you feel like your parents will disown you or kick you out or anything like that, one of the best things that you can do for yourself is make sure that you're able to take care of yourself, or at least you have people that will help take care of you. Having that space, knowing you have something to fall back on in case things go bad, is really a great peace of mind. Everything is on your time. One of the most important points, in my opinion, is everything being on your timeline. Yours, not someone else's, not friends, not anybody's, not society's. It's to be when you are comfortable. Where you are comfortable to come out is when the right time is. It's not somebody else's responsibility to do it for you. It's not somebody else's job to do that. It's not somebody else's right to do that. It's your story. It's who you are. And at the end of the day, that is what you need to do for yourself. It's not talked about enough, but you don't have to do anything until you're ready. It's not an easy task. Life's not easy, and no one ever said it would be, unfortunately. But just remember, it's your time. On your time. Family is chosen. Regardless of who it is, you are not required to keep anybody in your life who is toxic to you or who treats you like shit. Not required. It's not a requirement. It's easier said than done. I get it, because I have a problem with that too. I think for me, maybe for you guys too, for me it's hard because I grew up so close to my parents and my family, so coming out has been a whole long process. Rather than just being a clean break, or even better, like acceptance, it's been this long, drawn out thing that's just been awful. There's still love there for my family and my family for me, but there's not acceptance, and that makes things difficult. I feel like I live two lives. I've gotten closer and closer, for sure, in terms of being more comfortable with everything. I've made a lot of big steps. It's been very difficult. I have made it to where I feel more comfortable with everything. It's really difficult, but remember that you are not required to have anybody in your life that that is toxic or bad to you, regardless of who they are. I don't care if it's the Pope. I don't care if it's your mother, your grandmother, whoever it is, you are not required. Final thoughts. I might be gay, but I do think that a lot of this advice and these tips can be applied to anybody in the LGBT community, regardless of who you are, whether you're lesbian, whether you are trans, whether you're non-binary, whether you're bisexual. Whoever you are, I think that you can take this stuff into account because life is difficult, it's complicated, it's complex, but it's also beautiful in all of those things, even though it's difficult. It's 2024, and there are still a lot of people who are prejudiced, unfortunately. I see a lot of hate, I do. And the world is scary right now. Everything's so expensive. Everyone's afraid, I think. And I think now more than ever is when we really have to look out for each other and watch each other's backs and just make sure we're all okay. But my final thoughts and advice for whoever is watching is coming out is never easy if you are coming out to family that's not supportive. It's not easy, it never will be, but whenever you do decide to do it, as long as you make sure that you are well supported and you know what you want and know who you are, you have nothing to worry about, because at the end of the day, it's going to be so worth it when you finally do it, when you're finally able to be who it is that you want to be. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you for watching. Not sure how long it's going to end up being, but I appreciate the people who watch. I hope that you have a really beautiful day. Bye. Also, if you have any questions or just want to talk or anything like that, please feel free to leave a comment down below. I make an effort to respond to any comments I get. Okay.